Hi, I'm Sonia Vass, and you're watching CultureAroundTheWorld.tv, and we're here with Joe Elmore. So you've got a really interesting story that brought you into the culture of fighting. Tell us about that.
Well, kind of like my whole life. I always was the little guy, got picked on, got messed with, got tired of the bullies, so it started out me fighting for fun.
So if this hadn't been presented to you as an option, as a way to channel your energy, where do you think your life would be if you hadn't had fighting available to you?
To be honest, fighting saved my life. I had gotten a lot of trouble. I've been back and forth. Like I said, I believe in God. He's led my life, and for the first part, he had me on the right road, but later on down, I got into drugs. I went to jail. 2006, I got out on a possession charge. I got out and I said I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to allow weed or any other thing to take control of my life. I got lucky. I went on a vacation down to Panama City, Florida. Some guys, honestly, I decided I was going to move away. I got out of all this trouble. I went down there. Some guys tried to rob me in a Circle K parking lot. And the cop that stopped the guys from robbing me, he actually tased me. They thought I was beating the guys up because even though it was 3 of them and it was 1 of me, I knocked all 3 of these guys out cold in the parking lot. And this cop, after he got done tasing me with 100,000 volts, he was like, man, that was the coolest, most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life. And as he was taking me to jail again, he was telling me that he was sorry that the only reason I had to go was because he had shot me that night. But he came to court the next day, showed up at court, explained it was all a misunderstanding, took me to an MMA gym. At the MMA gym I got to, they thought I was walking in, this cocky guy. And the actual owner of the gym's named Rob Dickerson, man. The guy looked at me, he's like, oh, so you're one of those tough guys, right? And I'm like, yeah, man, well, I mean, kinda, I want to fight. It's my passion, I want to do this. He's like, well, if you last 1 round with a professional fighter he had, DeMarco Harris, still fights pro now. He told me if I could last just 1 round, that he would let me sleep on his couch and train me for free. I got out there and that guy, I guess he thought he was Anderson Silva for a minute, and he just wobbled his head, and I just closed my eyes with everything I had, and I knocked that guy out cold on the ground. And I looked at the other guy, and that was it.
What have you learned about yourself from fighting?
That I can be strong, that it takes a lot to do this. Like, I mean, it's so much time and dedication, and it made me realize how good of a man I could really be.
If you ran across a street fight, some young teen boys, and you could see that they just had that same kind of undisciplined energy that you had. Daddy. What would you say to them to encourage them to want to step into a disciplined arena like this?
We're born in the wrong time. My culture of people, we're warriors. Achilles, back in the day, they had to defend Rome. They had to defend Europe. They had to defend
men to train men.
Yes, they had men that trained men, and boys come up. That's what they were going to do. Right. They were going to defend their country. So that's what I do. I see these boys, and they don't have a place anymore. So I'm like, all that aggression that I see, and that guy that's at the bar, he's not a bad person. He just doesn't have anywhere to put his aggression. So I'm bringing them in, and I'm going to show them what I learned. And in turn, when they learn that, they become disciplined, and they're not going to be out there making all that trouble. So it gives them a way of life. It is a place to be, a place to fit in, a place to release all that man that you can't get rid of any other time, to put that fight out there that you can't normally put out there without getting in trouble for it.
Is there a certain legacy that you want to be remembered for your fighting?
Yeah, I want to be a champ. I mean, like, honestly, I want people to remember how well I fought, what I fought for, how hard I fight every day, just everything. I want people to look and go, man, I want to be like him. I want to be strong like him. I want to fight like him. I'm setting an example. Honestly, through everything, I'm trying to set an example and show men that they can be something and they can change. Because if you look at my past, if you look at my past, it's dirty, it's marked up, and I'm honest about it. I tell everybody, yeah, I was on drugs. Yeah, I was sitting in a corner. Yeah, I was in a ditch. Yes, I was homeless for the first 7 months that I did this. I slept on a couch.
Well, we want to thank you so much for being on CultureAroundTheWorld.tv.